Hi, Manon. Good to have you with us on the program now. So Brigitte Bardot has a really packed legacy. She's described as a sex symbol. She's, of course, an actress, a singer, an activist as well. For those of our viewers less familiar with her, what do you think she's most known for and will be most remembered for, really?
Yes, hello. Well, Brigitte Bardot was more than a movie star. She was a cultural earthquake, a woman who really changed how the world looked at France, femininity, and freedom. And it's very symbolical that she died on a day when cinema itself is celebrating 130 years of existence since December 28th, 1895, when the first ever screening happened in Paris. And so Bardot became an international phenomenon in the 50s with Et Dieu créa la femme, and God Created Woman, directed by her then husband, Roger Vadim. And the film shocked audiences, fascinated critics, and made Bardot an overnight symbol of sexual emancipation, long before the term was widely used. And Hollywood took notice, but Bardot never truly belonged to it. She remains deeply French, which meant resistant to the studio system and the celebrity culture. And she went on to star in La Vérité, The Truth, in 1960, directed by Henri-Georges Clouzot, which really further established her as an international star, particularly in Europe and the US. And later in Jean-Luc Godard's Le Mépris, Contempt, in 1963, she became part of cinema history once again. The film is now considered a masterpiece of modern cinema. But she also starred in lighter, popular films such as Viva Maria in 1965, alongside Jeanne Moreau. And by the end of the 60s, Bardot became one of the most photographed women in the world, often compared to Marilyn Monroe. And she influenced fashion, music, pop culture. In 1969, she was even chosen as the model for Marianne, the symbol of the French Republic. And by then, her face had become completely inseparable from the image of France itself.
Now, Manon, she's not unanimously celebrated, though. Why is she so controversial?
Well, her later life deeply divided public opinion. In 1973, at just 39 years old and after 46 films, she completely retired from cinema and devoted herself entirely to animal rights activism, founding the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, which played a significant role in changing animal welfare laws in France and Europe. However, in her later years, Bardot became increasingly controversial due to her outspoken and radical political statements, particularly on immigration, Islam, and national identity. And these positions led to legal convictions and alienated much of the public, especially younger generations. As a result, Bardot remains a paradox, a pioneer of female freedom on screen and a deeply polarizing public figure off screen. And I think her legacy is really inseparable from both. And if you want to learn more about her, I would recommend the documentary called Bardot, which was just released in France. And we interviewed the director, Elora Thévenet, on France 24 a few weeks ago.
Manon Kerjean, France 24's cinema critic. As a reminder, you can, of course, check out clips of that documentary on our website. Manon, thank you very much for that roundup of Bardot's legacy.